Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Welcome back to another Loading Artist stream. Not a comic stream today, but just a stream. A critiquing stream to begin with. Gonna be critiquing some of your art that's been waiting in the Loading Critique channel of the Discord. So we'll do that first, and then something else that I'm not even sure what we'll do yet. But I've got a couple ideas bouncing around in my head. So first of all, let's unpause alerts here, Janakis. I missed the hydrations. Now that I see them again, it's like how did I go without hydrating for so long?
Protect the VIP team.
Dino Dance.
Hello, Crazy Kaskai. Hello, hello, welcome back. And Psychomanity as well. And Yoyoto and Comacode. Weenie Nabini, Chimera, To Be You. Hello. Where are the cat ears? The cat ears! That was a Halloween. That was a Halloween costume. The laziest and most simple Halloween costume, but Halloween nonetheless.
I'm so attractive to fleas. They can't get enough of this body.
So far, so good with the new house. No fleas here yet. In fact, we gave them flea treatment just the other day. And Stephen Alexi, 87 months.
Behold, the resub of 87.
Thank you very much, Stephen Alexi. How are you doing? Welcome back. And, hold on, this music is loud in my ears. And, Yoyoto, I have a question for you in your stream setup. It's to do with the background removal. How do you do it? How do you do it? I have the NVIDIA broadcast thing on, but I can't use the same camera again while you somehow seem like you're using the same feed, but one is background removed. How do you do that? This. How do I do that? How do I do that? Good question. It's been a while since I've looked at it. How do I do it? Let me see. Let me just go into the cam. Oh. Wait, how do I do that? Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I know.
Protect the VIP team.
At psycho_manatee, yes, it was.
Oh, okay. I figured it out. I remember now. Hey, so Yoyoto, I have the NVIDIA broadcast thingy on, but I don't actually use the program. It's in my taskbar, but I don't actually have it open or anything. What I do is I add a filter to the OBS source in the camera source in OBS. Well, technically it's a scene. Let me show you what that looked like a little bit. One second.
Protect the VIP team.
Load cat.
Oops. All right. So in my I have a clone. So this is basically a scene, the camera scene. It's basically this thing. You know, it's my camera scene, which has got my camera sources and stuff in there. I have a filter, a video filter, called the NVIDIA background removal filter. That's what I use. So then, like, whoops, turning it on and off, it'll turn this thing on and off. Like this. That's how I use it. I'm not touching the. Wait, I wasn't touching the monitor. It just looked like that because the monitor is huge. I'm very good at keeping my distance from the screen and also any sort of art gallery as well. I like to stand way behind what's necessary, just in case any security guards are watching me, thinking I'm going to touch the painting or something. But yeah, let me know if that helps. I don't know if it's a separate installation. Is it maybe an OBS plugin? Maybe, I don't know, or it just became available once I installed the NVIDIA broadcasting. I'm not sure, but that's how I do it anyway. Let me know if you have any other issues with that, Yoyoto. And hey, Silencia. Hello. Wait, you don't go to the museums to hug the paintings like everyone else? Well, I mean, if everyone else is doing it, I'll do it. Sometimes, you know, it could be like a physical, experimental art piece, you know, that encourages you to hug the art. Could be something like that. If everyone else is doing it, I might join in. And hey, Big White Bear as well. Hello, hello. All right. Let's see. Music. I guess this is fine music for the critiquing part of the stream. I suppose it's fine. Hold on. Gosh. Gonna need coffee for the critiquing. So let me introduce before I get into it. Basically, we have a Discord channel in the Discord server called Loading Critique, where I encourage you to submit any art you'd like me to look at and give you harsh critique on. Not necessarily harsh, but I think hopefully helpful, at least. Helpful critique. And I see a few items have accumulated since the last time, so I'm going to go through them and talk about it. So without further ado, let's do that. Comico, critique my ice cream choices. You and your ice cream, my goodness. I like, what do I like? I like Duck Island ice cream. The salted caramel and cocoa powder, something. That's good. I like a salty ice cream. But that's just me. Let's get into this. Okay, so here's the Loading Critique channel. It's very new still. So we did these ones last time. And there's the VOD. So if anyone wants to see them, like the artists behind these ones, if they missed it, there's the VOD. You can check out me talking about it there. And here are the new ones. So let's see, how do I do this best? Oh no, it was better to do on the iPad because I think I zoom in nicely. Yes, let's do that. I'm gonna get the iPad working because I can pinch the zoom and things, which I think would be handy. Yes. Or should I bring it into Clip City Paint? No, okay, then I'll do that. I'll bring it into Clip City Paint because then I can do like a paint, not paint over, but I could draw things on top of the thingy. That'll be helpful. I just have to make sure it looks like it's not my art that I'm drawing. I want to make sure that it's clear that this is someone else's. I don't want to be taking credit for it. And also Duck Island ice cream looks like it's a New Zealand exclusive. Oh yeah, it's actually invented in Hamilton, of all places. Hamilton is Duck Island. And hey, Andrea. Hello. Welcome back. Let's see. Opening up my Clip City Paint. I don't like how bright the background is. It's making my cheek disappear a little bit. See? Like, it's like shaving off my cheeks. Anyway, Clip City Paint. Here we go. So, first things first, it is Mr. Coat. Mr. Coat. Ooh, I'm gonna do it this way. Oof, like this. And I'm gonna bring in the actual high-res image. Oh, high-res, it's actually the same size. There it is, okay. Oh gosh, oh Jesus Louises. Okay, here we go. So professional, so prepared. Let's see, let's have a gander now. So, first things first, Mr. Coat, pencil drawing. I think this is pencil, pretty sure. I'm sure this part's pencil. I don't know if that looks like. It looks like 10 pencils have given their lives for the background there. Maybe it's charcoal. I don't know. Hard to say. Either way, it's a naked angel sitting on the ground, light beam behind her, and well, first of all, props to you for even doing this in pencil, because I can barely hold a pencil, let alone draw with one. So props to you on that one already. Couple things stand out to me though, as far as critique goes. First of all, I think there's something. I mean, I'm not a foot expert. I don't have a foot fetish or anything, but something looks off about this foot here. Looks like, I don't know. Can feet actually bend this way that much? Maybe I'm just not very. Maybe I'm just not very nimble with my feet. But it looks kind of like she's broken her ankle here. Then again, ballerinas kind of can do that. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt there. I'm not an expert. And also, the sun is coming out. I'm bright. I am bursting with light here. Okay, that's better. Jeez Louise. Also, what's this? Come good. Did you hear Adobe is having a massive Black Friday sale on Creative Cloud? Should I resub? Am I being sponsored by Adobe? No. So, no. I would say no. Less power to Adobe, the better. I don't like their products. At least not with Photoshop, anyway. I don't like Photoshop. It's like stuck in the early 2000s. That's how I feel about Photoshop. Horrible. Anyway, this the ankle thing here. So I don't know, maybe it's the pose or something. Also, I think scale-wise, it looks a tiny bit small. But then again, maybe I'm just used to seeing my own gigantic feet. I'm not sure, but it looks a tiny bit like this whole area, in fact, looks kind of like it's been shrunken a bit compared to the rest of the body. But again, I'm not like an expert on anatomy or anything, so again, huge grain of salt. Just pour a whole salt shaker over all of my critique here when it comes to the anatomy, at least. Yeah. Second thing would be, I'd say the feathers. I don't know. They look very like spiky and like wispy. Almost kind of looks like a bird that's been damaged and is like stuck in a puddle. But then again, maybe that's the look you're going for. Maybe it's kind of like a damaged angel or something. But I would, by default, I would prefer to see the actual feathers more. You know, like how these are terrible feathers. They kind of just look like sagging eggs. But you know what I mean? Like you can sort of, not that you have to draw every individual feather. That'd be nuts because you don't want to have that much detail. It looks like a dragon scale or something. But just the ends, I think they could look. They look kind of busy right now. Because they kind of look like hair. So you've got like these lines here. Doesn't really look like feathers to me. Unless they're like giant feathers that have gotten tatted. Like I could sort of see that, but I don't think that's what you're going for. Oh gosh, what am I doing here? Like I don't think that's like one feather. So that'd be my other thing that it sticks out to me here. Top of the foot shouldn't bend further back than the front of the leg. Top of the foot shouldn't. Oh, you mean this thing? Yeah. There's something. I don't know. Feels uncomfortable. And what else? What else am I seeing here? I saw there was some discussion in the art gallery channel about this, with like perspective, because the perspective here, like the circle, looks like it's this way, but then she's sitting almost like she's just like a 2D cardboard prop that's like propped up against, you know what I mean? Kind of looks a little bit like that. To fix that, I don't know, how do you fix that? How would you fix that? I think it's this foot here. If this was more up,
short lurking visit. Because I'm too tired to get out of bed. Why can't I have a bigger mobile?
Mobile? Okay, I don't know if that's any better, but that distance I think might help with the perspective, maybe? Who's this? What did you say? What do you say to me? Hey, Walter Meta. Short lurking visit. Oh, why can't I have a bigger mobile? A mobile, like a mobile phone. I see. You need one of those foldable ones. The tri-fold ones, right? I think that's a Chinese exclusive, but it folds out like 3 times. Or you can get a tablet. I'm a big believer in the tablet, especially for artists' work. The iPad specifically. And I say one more thing on this is I think, I don't know, again, I'm not really good at pencil drawing, so I don't really know how else you would do this, but these lines here, they kind of they don't look like they're part of the light. They kind of look like lines on top of the light. Not really 100% sure how you would do that better. I don't know, maybe if you had like a whiter light going on top. Oh god, this is bad. I should add like a what's it called? A little asterisk next to my critique where it's like, if it's not, if your art is not digital and in my own style, then it's like 50% chance that what I'm saying is just bullshit. So take it with a grain of salt. Something about these lines though, I'm not really a big fan of them. And I think maybe also, would it be kind of crazy if that she produced a shadow? Would that be crazy? Because right now she's not producing any sort of shadow, which kind of hurts the effect that she's sitting on the ground at all. Like, I wonder if, would it be nuts? Would it be nuts if... I'm squinting my eyes here. Would that be nuts?
Before I forget, a small bomb for the 52nd month. Bomb has been planted.
Gregor defused the bomb.
Nice! I was holding my breath there. Walter Meta, thank you for the 52 months. Thank you. And also Salty Wookie, 60 months. Damn, that prime sub. Okay, but yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know about the shading, the shadows and stuff, but I think my biggest thing would be the feathers. I think if you, since the feathers is such an important part of the angel, and it's like the majority of this drawing, I think it would probably be wise to like put a little bit more detail around the edges at least of the feathers so that they don't look so stringy. That would be my main critique. And also the ankle, the broken ankle. That's what I would say. But otherwise, good on you, Mr. Coat. And again, huge respect for putting pencil to paper, because I'm too scared to do that myself. Traditional art is too scary for me. So thank you very much. And I hope this was at least a little bit helpful. Oh gosh, that was like 19 days ago that you posted this. Okay. Well, once the loading critique channel gets more busy, then I'll be like doing them more often, more quickly, so. In the meantime, I have to let them accumulate. Also, we were quite busy last week with the comic and all that. Alright, next up, speaking of comics, the next one is a comic. Psycho Manatee has been waiting patiently for me to give some critique. 3 pages worth. They're mostly still sketch. You've started the line art on one of them. Okay, let's see. Let me just first bring this over like this. So we have something like that. And then We also have... Oh gosh. We also have this one as well. I really need. I should definitely prepare these files like this next time, but we'll see. Okay. And there's 3 of these pages, so I'm gonna open all of them. One moment. Okay. Like this. Oh. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I think that kind of shows it all off in one picture here. Big enough that I can zoom in. Let's see. Firefly. Got to lurk while I'm still at work, but I want to say hi. Well, hello, Firefly. Hello. And there. Be very subtle with your lurking. I don't want you to get in trouble. Psychomanity. I already found an error on the line art in the first page in case you see it. Well, let's see. So first, I'm going to go through the whole thing, just panel by panel. I'm not going to give any critique. We're just going to read it first so that everyone is aware of what is happening. So let's see. Let's start with this. I'm also going to pause the alerts so we don't get interrupted now. First panel. So as you can see by this data, these statistics are promising. I'd like you to promote it to our patients. And then there's a lot of writing here. Is smoking good for you? Abstract. The study investigates the calming effects of tobacco on individuals suffering from anxiety over several months. Subjects were administered tobacco in various forms, resulting in a significant reduction in nervous symptoms. Sponsored by Harvest Tobacco, Inc. Really? I personally can't stand the smell of it. It's so nauseating. The study shows that's a temporary symptom. Long-term use leads to a stronger esophagus. Esophagus. Is that how you spell it? I think so. That can withstand the harsh elements of the world. Well, if you say so, the results don't lie. And then there's this wide panel, establishing shot. It says later here in the corner. And then the page here. Same sort of shot. She walks in. Hey, Kale, you look stressed. Bad day too? Oh, it's Adeline again. I promised my pa I'd help him at the farm this weekend, and she doesn't want me to go cause I don't know. Well, I might have something that can help your worries. Yeah, what is it? Harvest Tobacco cigarettes, trademark, are now scientifically proven to burn those anxieties away. Give it a try. Huh? I was trying to quit because it was giving me a real bad sore throat, but if it helps. And then, the third and final page. Looking at the box, looking at the back of the box, ingredients, all these bad things in there. There's no way this is good for you. That's a fire, I think. Toss it in the fire. Smoke. A lot of smoke. Birds falling from the sky. And that's why you wear a mask. And then... I don't know what's happening here. Mask is caught on fire? I don't know. That's it, I'm taking my vacation. This comic was sponsored by Harvest Tobacco. Wait, that doesn't seem right. ... I don't know what is happening here. What is this? What's going on here? It jumps from the fire into her face. The flames? It's a totally rough sketch, so I'm sure if the finished drawing would be clearer. Flames flickered and started burning the mask. Oh, I see. Oh, that's gonna be hard to make it look natural there. Because do flames do that? Do flames just jump from a fire to something else? I don't know. Could be a windy day, the flames get pushed maybe? I don't know. But anyways, I digress. Let's zoom out again here. Also, before we get into it, Omega Leon.
Protect the VIP team.
Omega Leon. Welcome back. How are you doing?
Try smoking. It must be good, since I'm using peer pressure on you to do it. P.
P. P for peer pressure. And P for perfection. Hey, Omega Laren, how are you doing? This man has never seen a fire in his life. Gregor learns about fire physics. They don't jump like that. Do they? They don't, little flames don't jump across. Well, we'll see. Anyways, what do we got here? So, you started the line out already. Can I just say, first of all, that is one thick bookcase in the background. This bookcase really tells me that you did not want to draw too many books. And I mean, I don't even blame you if you're going to the trouble of actually like adding text to like all of them and everything, making them 3D and whatnot. So I think you could, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've just become lazier over time. But what I would do is just have like a bunch of different little books, but they're just rectangles. Like, no, I'm not going to bother with like text on each one, because if you're looking at this comic zoomed out, especially on your phone, like you're not going to see these. It's just going to look noisy, you know? Personally, I would save like texts and stuff if it was more closer to the camera. Otherwise, it just kind of looks a bit messy. And if they are just rectangles with different colors and stuff, you could easily fill this out into a more regular looking bookcase and have it look more, well, less insane. Because this bookshelf is one terrible use of wood. What a waste of wood. Anyway, I'm getting very distracted by the bookcase, but that just goes to proves my point. This bookcase is distracting me. The great part is I'm going to blur the background so you won't even see the titles. Oh, you're blurring the background, are you? Interesting. Interesting idea there. You're going to blur the background? Seems kind of like a waste to waste away all this detail that you've drawn here. I mean, I can understand why you'd want to blur the background because you don't want it to look too distracting, but then that's because you have all these little texts and details and stuff that would make it distracting in the first place. But if you didn't have that, and let's say like, I mean, I know this is still a work in progress, but you've already started with like separating the black line art with the blue line art. Like once you color it in, and you save the black lines for the characters and like softer line colors for the background. Not softer in terms of tech, like visually, but color.
Space jammed, space jammed, space jammed, space jammed, space jammed.
Jesus Christ.
Space jammed, 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 space jammed. Space jammed, 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 space jammed.
Reporting in.
One of our mods, ladies and gentlemen. And here's another mod.
LOL load laugh, it's still going load laugh.
Dear God. Okay, next time I'm gonna test out my stop TTS button, which I've strategically placed on my Stream Deck thing, but I've never had to use until now. So if anyone, if there's any mods out there that thinks they can get away with this again, you're sorely mistaken.
Space jammed, 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 space jammed.
Alright. Wrong button. Especially. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah. Nice to see that the TTS works. The TTS stop works.
Space Jam DVD. Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD.
Thank you, Yato. Thank you for making it I didn't even bother stopping that one because I saw in the chat it's a lot more reasonable, you know, a reasonable amount of Space Jam DVDs.
Reporting in.
Wait, seriously, how the hell are you? Oh, that was your.
Load laugh.
Oh, that was your resub message. It wasn't even just your mod message. Thank you for the 75 months and for the 75 Space Jams. Good God. So was that helpful for you, Psychomandy? Bookcase and then Space Jam. That's basically it. What's this? Yeah, I was thinking of redrawing the bookcase because I was thinking it was looking weird, but I wanted to see what other people thought. Yeah, I think just I would also personally not even bother making these books 3D. I would just make them flat rectangles. Get rid of the 3D. Too much unnecessary detail. Too much headache for you to draw. Personally, that's how I feel.
Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space
Christ.
Jam DVD.
Space Jam dude, Space Jam dude, Space Jam dude.
Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you, 100 bits. Thank you. It's money. I have to be appreciative. I have to be appreciative of this money. Thank you. I think they gotta be 3D because of the perspective. Oh, I see. You're trying to one-up me here, huh? You're too good for broken 2D perspectives. I see. Fair enough. You are going for a perspective look, whereas I usually just go for flat when it comes to the background stuff. But okay, fair enough. You dig your own grave here. But yeah, I'd say more books, at least less text. Anyways, I'm getting way too distracted with the bookcase. But there is something else in the first panel I'd like to point out. The pose, the hand pose. I'm gonna pause this. I just had the Space Jam like this. My Space Jam senses were going off. I'm not sure. The hand poses to me seem like they could be improved. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what. So, first of all, am I right in assuming that both of these messages here are both by this guy here? Is that right? He's saying both of these things. So he's giving her this piece of paper, right? With his right arm. What I would do here is I would usually, to make it easier to read, I would have the person receiving the paper not be touching the paper. Like I would move all this back a bit. And also, when you go to grab the piece of paper, you don't grab the paper like this. Like someone hands you paper. Grab paper. I just broke my drawers. It came off the hinge thing. Okay, I fixed it. Okay, I have no paper. I'm an artist with no paper. Okay. Pretend this iPad is paper. Okay? Alright. If someone gives me this paper thing here, this is how I'd pick it up. I wouldn't go like this. I wouldn't go pick up the paper like this. I'd go like this. Open hand. Facing up. Grab the paper. Grab the paper. That's how I would draw my hand there. So, I would change that hand to be a little further away so it's not overlapping the paper and more open palmed. And also, speaking of which, this thumb is broken. This should not be there. That line shouldn't be there. Because if it's his right hand, the thumb is on the camera side. This looks like it's his left hand, like his thumb is on top, like on that side. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Basically, I would just get rid of this little line here. Get rid of that. And let's see. What's next? Title of your book, I'm an artist with no paper. The book has no paper either. It's just the covers. It's just 2 covers and nothing inside. Let's see, what's next? Oh, snap. Gifted sub here by Walter Matter. Gifting a sub to Omega Leron. Thank you very much, Walter Matter. Oh, you gotta head to class in a minute? Well, Psychic Manager, you can always catch up on this in the VOD. But hopefully I have no more questions for you while I do this stuff. We're not doing the Draw Them Words until after the critique, but nice to see that it's unlocked. Okay, I'm gonna power through this before Psychic Manager has to leave. I would say I found this part to be really hard to read. I think it's because you've kind of like warped the text a little bit, I guess to make it look like it's on paper. But I think that kind of makes it really... I always find this part hard to connect. It's just like the angle and it's warped, it's hard to read. Also, I'd say there's a lot of text. I wonder if you can condense that somehow. And also like maybe crop it a bit better so that you maybe see less of this. And so you can zoom in on the text more, because yeah, it's just a little hard to read. That looks fine. That looks fine here. This one, I'm not really into it, that they both have a similar sort of hand pose. Seems kind of weird. I think her hand pose seems more natural because she's kind of shrugging, like, if you say so. But his hand, I don't know. The study shows it's a temporary symptom. Long-term use leads to a stronger esophagus. I don't know. I wonder if the pose could be a bit more interesting or different there. I'm not sure. It's not, I mean, that's subjective. Yeah. But it's fine. It's fine. Also, I like the hair line art stuff you've done here. It's nice and thick, pillowy. Then you have this establishing shot. Is the mistake that the man sitting is behind the horizon? Is that the mistake here? Also, that man looks naked. I guess you just haven't drawn the rest of his clothes and stuff, but it looks like he's wearing a skin-tight bodysuit. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky to do. The perspective, yeah, it's gonna be hard to... A lot more you have to think about there. Anyway, let's move on to this page here. I think so. These next pages, they're not going to be about like minor detail things I'm talking about. It's more just overall stuff. First of all, I'm not going to go in order here, but I think this panel, I like this panel, but I think this could be... I would like to see it if a big wide one. That would be nice, I think. You take this and you put it over here. I don't know. And then the whole thing is like that or something. I think that would like look more impactful. It's like, hey, look at this, and it's just this like big full screen sort of thing. Because at the moment it feels, yeah, it feels like you're restricting it to still be this like square border here. Even though you haven't drawn the border, it just feels like it's still stuck in here anyway. So it'd be kind of cool if it was completely wide. But then you say like, well, where am I going to get that space from? You have all the other stuff is taken already. I think you probably don't even need this panel. I think maybe you could just have the yeah. What is it? Coming from here or something. Yeah. And I don't think you even need. I don't think you even need what is it. I think you just say yeah. Personally. And then you can have this as a full screen thing. Yeah. And maybe drawing one panel and text is another. Yeah, I guess you could make this part like larger here. And then Let me just do a quick, better drawing. I'm making this look really bad. Hold on, let me just make this look. Let me give a proper. There we go. Move this. And I would break this up as well. So harvest. I like how this was the first line. Harvest tobacco cigarettes are now scientifically proven, end of line, to burn those anxieties away. Like this. And then this one, give it a try, would be its like own thing. Completely butchering your image here. But I think that's like a more natural way of cutting the lines. Harvest tobacco cigarettes, end line, are now scientifically proven, end line, to burn those anxieties away. And then on a separate thing, give it a try. And then you can have this picture a lot larger. Yeah. I think that would, it's easy to read. Yeah, like this, and then this. Or something, I don't know. I don't think you even need speech bubbles, actually, if it's just her anyway. Let me just quickly go at this. Okay. What else? Text-wise as well. Speaking of text. Oh, it's Adeline again. Who is he talking to? Is he talking to himself? She's Adeline, right? This is Adeline? Oh, it's Adeline again. It's kind of a weird thing to say if you're just talking to yourself. And she's right there. I would probably just say like, oh, hey, Adeline. Oh, it's you, Adeline, or something. She's not Adeline? Oh, sorry, he's talking about Adeline being the problem. You look stressed. Adeline. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. I see. You look stressed. Bad day too? He's stressed because of another person called Adeline. Oh, that actually makes... I should read next time, and she doesn't want me to go because... I would make this a but. I promise my pa... Is pa capitalized? I don't know. My brother, I'd help them at the farm this weekend. But she doesn't want me to go. Cause that I don't know. I like the break here. Break is nice. Yeah. Since he says my pa and not just pa, it isn't capitalized. Oh yeah, like dad, right? Like my dad isn't capitalized. Touche. Never mind then. Pa is only capitalized if the my is taken out. Alright, fair enough. Good point. Forget that. But yeah, that looks better there. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's the most critique on the second page. Is this page... Oh, whoops. Hey, dry erase girl. In the meantime, is this page directly following the next page? I guess this is a different scene.
Reporting in.
Pa is only capitalized if the my is taken out. Like it's a name.
Hey, dry erase girl. How are you doing? And hey, Akubo as well, welcome back. I like the way that she's flipping the box to read the back here. Yeah. Not sure how to improve that part. There's no way this is good for you. There's no way this is good for you. Throws in the fire. Smoke arises. Birds fall. And that's why you wear a mask. I see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still not sold on like how these flames just jump over to the mask here. I feel like what's happened here that just suddenly jumps over. But then again, maybe that's like part of the humor, that it's just like all of a sudden the flame just hops over. I wonder if wind would be like you do like a gust of wind or something, and there's the smoke, and you have like little leaves or something. I'm assuming this is outside because the birds are falling from the sky. Yeah, little leaves. Why is my goddamn pen not working? And then this goes back here. Yeah. I think that could work. Maybe. Gotta run. I catch you later, Psychomanity. And yeah, I'll what's it called? I'll edit. I'll upload the VOD for you to check out later. But I think some wind and leaves effect could make this work. And then if she's actually completely covered in the flames, that could be kind of funny. Flames and smoke. And then she's kind of like has like some things left over, you know, the flames, like you say. Maybe. I don't know. Subjective. Untitled queue. LOL. Embers can float through the air and catch it on fire, or the wind could blow it over. Yeah. Personally, I think the wind might work best. I would also move this text up here. Move that there. So that you can always see the fire more. Especially because the fire is like the important thing that's going to be affecting her in the next panel. You kind of want to remind the people, hey, there's a fire here. So you don't want to cover it with the text. Yeah, I'd move that there. Yeah. Whoosh. If you want some sound effect, I don't know. And then same here. That's it. I'm taking my vacation. Yeah, away from the fire, so you can still see it there. Yeah, something like that. That was my thinking. And I think that about does it for my critique here with these pages by Psychomanity. Yeah. Yeah. Have you talked about tobacco not being spelled tobacco? Tobacco? Tobacco. Tobacco? Tobacco. What is this? This is an A. Tobacco? Isn't it spelled with an O? Wait, now I'm not sure. Tobacco? Tobacco. Tobacco? It's with a O-B-A. Good point. There should be an O. Tobacco. Like on your feet. Yeah. 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 Trimpopoline. Yeah. Tabasco, tobacco. Tabasco. Anyway, I'd say that's it. But yeah, good start so far, Psychomanity, and hope you found my critique useful. And yeah, best of luck. Thank you for letting me tear it apart. What's next? Next up, we have Chuck Chan. Chuck Chan is next. Let me just get the picture over here. Okay. There we go. Oops. I'm clicking the wrong thing here. Okay, we're back. Sweet. All right. So, what do we got here? We got a Gothfield by Chuck Chan. Gothfield sitting in a very gothic chair. And, I mean, is that gothic chair? I'm not even sure. I'm really not really sure what there's some... The chair looks appropriate. It's good, is what I'm saying. It's very good. So first of all, I mean, I think I just gotta say good job, Chuck Chan. I think it looks really good. But I guess there's a couple things, if I had to nitpick, there's a couple things I would that stick out to me, and they are as such. This leg here, I like the pose, but I think this leg, it doesn't feel like it's her leg. I think it's because this needs something here. Like, I don't know. Some like smushness. Like, I don't know. I shouldn't even do these drawer overs because I'm not good. I'm not good at, but I don't know. Something just to make it look more like they're actually like on top of each other, and like the skin, the flesh is kind of like melding over one another. I'm not saying that this is better, but I think it kind of illustrates my point that I'm trying to make here, that I'm struggling to make. But you know what I mean? Just so that they feel like they're actually making contact with one another. Because right now this feels like she has a prosthetic leg that's just placed on top. Like a light plastic leg. Not sure. Interesting shading, by the way. It almost looks like a photo with a filter on it. It looks really realistic, so good job with that. The knees especially. Damn. Yoda says, do not nitpick, it's perfect. Yeah, the other thing that sticks out to me is the perspective, I would say, on the chair. To me, at first, looked like it was floating on top of the floor. The floor looks way more like you're looking down on it, whereas the chair and everything else looks like you're looking almost right to the side. Yeah. See what I mean? Like, it's kind of like I'm looking down and then I'm looking up. Doesn't look like one cohesive same picture. And I think it's something to do with these shadows. The way they don't really connect properly make it look even more like it's floating. Also, what's this? What's this? Is this like a shiny reflection or something? Or not really sure what this light brown effect is around the shadow here. Could it be like a shiny flora? I know some, like if you're doing like a really sunny, like a shadow in a really sunny day, the outline of the shadow has like this warm glow like around it. But I don't think it's appropriate in this sort of context. If that's what you're going for, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think the perspective works better if you don't even look at the floor too much. That's what throws it off a bit. The other thing is, it feels also like, speaking of contact, it looks like her arm is too, like this part is not really connecting to the chair properly. It looks like the chair layer is moved away from where it's supposed to be, and the arm is now like floating through it. I should not be doing paint overs. Paint overs not working for me. Oh god. Oh, whoops, I painted on the actual layer. Silly me. Hold on. Let me undo all of that and paste. Oh, son of a... Jesus Christ. I pasted the goddamn wrong thing. I pasted... I got rid of my thing and it was looking so good. Let me do that again. Let me paint this again. Hopefully lightning can strike twice. I just effed myself with that. Okay. Okay, so just a quick paint over here. You can see what I'm saying? Like that feels more like she's resting her arm on the armrest, whereas this feels like it's gone on too low. I think that's correct now. I'm not sure. And what else here? I think also I wonder if you could make, she looks, I mean, I don't know if this is the intention, but it looks kind of like she weighs nothing because that chair, it looks like it's made out of stone. It's not moving, like it's not caving in under her weight at all, which makes it also feel like she doesn't actually sit in the chair. That I'm not 100% sure about because this is like, what do we want to do? Make it look really heavy and fat? I'm not sure. But I think there's like something you could do there to make it just look a little more like sat in. But that is like real subtle what I just did there. I can't even, the light here is so bright I can't barely even see what I'm doing in the preview. So before, after, before, after. Yeah. What else would I say? What else would I say? Yeah, that the floor is really bugging me out. I guess the floor is more like it's like a real quick way of doing it. Let's see. Oh geez. Just trying to fix that floor perspective a tiny bit. making it more match the chair. And then like, yeah, the shadows would have to connect more here as well. Also, I feel like, yeah, another thing about lighting and shadows here, I feel like this side of the chair here, oops, let me get my red pen. This side of the chair here is being lit the exact same way as this side. But, wait, where's the light even coming from? From the, I know, look at me talking about light angles and stuff, but this is different. This isn't just some sort of throwaway webcomic here. This is an art piece. And I think an art piece can always go under more light angle scrutiny. But there's something about the lighting here. Because it's like lit here, right? I see this part. But then it's like dark here. This is dark. And yet this is still... How do I... I think my Wacom my Wacom tablet is dying or something. It's refusing to be consistent. This is a really quick test here. I'm just seeing what this might look like if I darkened this part of the chair. The cool thing as well is that it makes her legs stand out more because the legs are more like away from the chair, they're more in the light again. But this could look too dark now. I don't know. Maybe this is too dark. Maybe I've gone insane. But it makes the chair look more 3D, I think. The light is coming from the left. Yeah, it's like it's coming in. Like, wait, is it like coming in? Oh no, it's coming in from the front. No, it looks like it's coming in straight from the left. Just. Why is my hand refusing to go this way? This way. It's going in. Just left. Not even like. Not even front left, but left. If it was going front left, then this front bit would be lighter too. Yeah, I mean the current angle looks like the light is just coming from the left. And like Chuck Chan is making like this front part of the couch darker by doing this part, so I would assume that's the way the light crumbles here. I think the left has the main light, but there's a secondary key light to the front. Yeah, hold on. Let me see something here. Just doing a little test. Now I'm masking out the extra shading I did just to keep it to the fancy wooden carving part instead of the couch. So now we're only darkening the ornate carvings. Oops, I think that works as well. Maybe. Hey.
You know that drawing of Shine?
Yeah.
You know what would look really nice?
What?
If there was a tiny bit of bounced back light on the rim
Mm.
of that couch, that would look really nice.
Yeah.
There's a little detail as well. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, that's true. That would true, like a little highlight. And it kind of makes the chair come out from the background a bit more. So this. This is. Oh my god. Oh lordy. Like that? Is that what you're meaning? She said she wasn't even looking.
I'm working actually.
Yeah. Is that kind of what you mean?
Yeah, that is kind of what I mean. I think it gives it a slight. I think you went a little over the top. I probably wouldn't do it over the
The leather
cushion
print?
bulges.
Oh yeah, it makes it look
Yeah.
very shiny and wet.
Yeah, it looks a little too shiny, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that looks really nice. I think it also just gives some definition between the couch, the armchair and
In the
what's
background.
behind it.
Yeah, it brings it out.
Yeah, it brings it out a little bit.
Hmm.
That looks really nice. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, good idea. This is the before, after.
Oh yeah.
Before, after.
Yeah.
Before, after.
Yeah. I would do a little bit of a slight bloom light like down here, just so this isn't the same color all the way.
Oh, yeah.
I'd make it slightly lighter here and then maybe slightly darker here.
Right.
Just so there's a little bit of variation in the ground a little bit.
I think it's subjective though. Because I mean, yeah. What color are you thinking for the...
Just slightly maybe warmer.
Wait.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Just like literally just that amount.
Oops. Let me just add a mask so it doesn't look like I'm painting over Discord as well.
And then maybe just a slight no, like a darker gradient here. I think it just makes the room feel a bit more real. Yeah, like that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it really makes it pop.
And it kind of the glow kind of indicates where the light's coming from too.
Yeah. I think it stops the ground from looking a bit too flat. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so before, after. Hey, Chuck-chan. Got here just in time. Let me just go over the, I'll say hate to power. Let me go over the things I've changed so far, just to catch you up. So, as a recap, the perspective of the floor looks too different from the chair. The chair's more like face on, whereas the floor looks more like top down-ish. So what I did quickly is just a quick thing is I just squished the floorboards to a more similar perspective. Then I also made her arm sleeve look more like it's on the armchair, on the armrest, rather than like in front of it there. On a similar note, add a little bit of like give to the couch cushion, seat cushion. I didn't really do a good job with that one, but the idea is there. And darkened the ornate area on this side because you've got like the lights here and it's darker here. So I made sure that this part is also darker on this, whatever's facing this side. And then X-Comics suggested adding a little secondary rim light to the edge here to make it pop out from the background a bit more. And then also adding like a little bit of a glow from the main light source and a little darkness on this side. Yeah. But also, I was saying how generally I think it looks really good. I really like it, and props to you for working on a chair with that much detail in it. I dedicate my whole life to avoiding having to draw something like this. I would hate to have to draw something like this. Oh, one more thing as well I wanted to change. What bothers me, I don't like how this chair ends right here where the shelf is. It just feels like it's been cut off here. What I would do is maybe I would move this whole back area up slightly. Whoops. Let me see how I can do this better. Whoops. Like that. And then fill this. Oh, geez. Yeah. Something like that. Just give it a bit more breathing room. Otherwise, it just feels so cramped. Yeah. And, I don't know. I think that's as much I can really, like, muster. Oh yeah, I was also mentioning, I'm not really sure what this glow is here about. I'm not sure if that's just something you've accidentally left in, or if it's an intentional thing. But it seems a little odd. But yeah. And that's a wrap, I think, for this one. But yeah, it looks good. I like the Pookie as well in the background. And I like all the details here. It's good stuff. And props. Thank you for subjecting your art to the critiquing stream. Maybe I'll even save out the paint over if you'd like to keep it as a reference or something. Just trying to see if there's anything else I'm missing here. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention. I was doing this as well. The leg didn't really feel like it's her leg. It needed to make more contact with the other leg. It just feels like it's lightly placed over the top. So what I did is I just added. It's not. I mean, I'm sure you can do a better job than I can here, but just to illustrate my point, a little bit of flesh. What's it called? Flesh collision. Flesh collision. Sounds like a roundabout way of saying like fighting. Like I don't want to get banned on social media. Look at this. Check out this flesh collision. World star. But yeah. Anyway, there we go. Thank you again. And let's see, what else? To be you. We got one from To Be You. Let's see. All right. Brainstorming emote concepts. Don't know how well it will translate in tiny emote form. Well, there's an easy way of testing that. You just zoom out. And... let's see. First of all, I don't think you're going to be able to read this text when it's small, because I think you have to... If you're exporting the emotes manually to Twitch, I think this, what is it, 16, 32, 16 pixels? Wait, what is it? I forget now what the three sizes are. 56 pixels, 28 pixels, 56, 112. So this has to work with 28 pixels across, and I don't think you'll be able to read this is fine. Unless you make it bigger. That's it. So it's a bird in a coffee cup on fire? Is that the emote? What is this? What's happening here? Is this someone's hand? Oh, like someone's holding the coffee cup. That could look kind of strange. Maybe. But I think it's gonna be hard to do this with that text. And like the details of like the legs and stuff, it's gonna be very small too to see. Because I think the shape of the bird, the kiwi bird, it's kind of a complicated shape to get across when it's very small. I mean, personally, I think, yeah, it's a kiwi bird. New Zealand represent. I see. I think personally, I probably skew too far to being too minimalistic and too simplified when it comes to emotes, because I see other people's emotes and they go into like pretty detailed stuff. Like, I mean, like DePower is doing a, what's this, W ding, this is fine. I mean, there's a lot of detail there, and a lot of people's other emotes have a lot of detail, and it works for them. So I feel like I probably, I'm too cautious when it comes to an emote being overly detailed. Because like personally, what I would do here is probably just make it a kiwi head, like the bird's in the cup, and the kiwi head is the only thing that's poking out, maybe the top of the body, and then a flame behind it. Then you can have like just a lot more. See, you've got like two, something like this. I think that's a lot more readable already. But yeah. But I don't want you to like just change your whole idea, because maybe that the kiwi bird is on its back but the leg sticking out is like the part you like. So then I don't want to say that you should get rid of that. But I think this would be just easier to make it readable, more readable than the other pose. And yeah, when the text is used, it has to be very big, like all those ones. I mean, even like that one, like that bad choices one. Let's see, okay. Let's see. Like that text fills the entire emote, and even then it's like I can barely not read the word choices here. So yeah. What I would probably do, actually, I would probably move. It's like all of this space is kind of wasted here. This blank space for the coffee cup. You could probably make the coffee cup bigger and then put the text like on top. Maybe this is just an idea. I don't know. Like, this is fine, and like half of it is on top of the coffee cup, and then it's just like, okay, that's barely bigger than the text you have, but you know what I mean. Something. Because of all that wasted space. Not wasted, but in terms of like, if you want to maximize the text somehow, I feel like it's probably better to cover a part of the coffee cup than it is to cover like too much of the kiwi bird or anything like that. Probably better to split it into two emotes, one with the kiwi on fire and one accompanying one with the text. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to do both in one emote. But you could try it. I think something like this could possibly, but probably not work. If it was one word, then maybe, but 3 words is a tough one, even if there are small words. But yeah, but good luck to be you. All right. Do you know what I haven't seen? One of those visual effects where if you look at it close up, it looks like something, but then you zoom out and it looks like something else. That would be an amazing emote idea. I don't know if that's even possible when you can't really add detail, because you'll always be looking at from far away. You're looking at an emote close up, you just see like 32 pixels or 20. Was it 28 pixels across? It's gonna be hard to actually see anything else in there. "112 pixels, technically, yeah. But the smallest version is 28 pixels. I'm not really sure when Twitch uses 28 pixels and when they use the bigger pixels. I guess it depends on the browser and the device you're looking on. Let's see. What's next? Dry Erase Girl. It's posted a couple things. I'm going to post 2 of my Foxtober drawings. I would appreciate critiques of how to improve the backgrounds, especially. Oops, I would appreciate critiques on how to improve the backgrounds, especially. Do not critique the mitten hands. Okay. Nothing wrong with mitten hands. I'm a big fan of mitten hands. Especially before I learned how to do the hands with fingers and stuff. I try to avoid hands with fingers as much as possible. Partly because my art style didn't allow for it. So technically I wasn't even allowed to do hands. And the closest I would do for a while was like mittens, like actual mittens, like those Christmas comics where they wear mittens. Yeah, those were fun. So yeah, I like mitten hands, whatever. Let's see. Let me bring this into this to Clipstudio Paint. So here we go. And let me open up the actual images, the large versions, so that we can actually zoom in a bit. Okay. Hold on. Let me just do this for a bit. Think of some spiders and stuff. To be you, your first spider. Hey. To be you, more like one spider you.
If anyone found a corpse of me anywhere, they would be like, at least the legs are, you know, in good shape.
That's a very a delayed greeting there. Hey, Chuck Chan.
Hello.
Pause the alerts for so long. And a Kubo. Let's see. Okay, so you want critique on the backgrounds in particular. Well, let's see. Oh my goodness, 2 hydrates. Thank you, Kubo and Firefly. Let's see here. Well. Okay, let's focus on this one first. First thing that stands out to me is that the gravestone, or it's not really a gravestone, but the big stone monolith thing, it doesn't actually stand out to me very much, because it's kind of like the same kind of lightness as the background color. I feel like this kind of grayish light color. Since it's a forest, I think you could easily make the forest darker, and that way the front stuff, the foreground, pops more. So let's experiment with this, shall we? Let's see. Let's see. Like this. Look how much it stands out. No. I'm just being a silly Billy here. It's not gonna be completely black. In fact, just to emphasize my point, I'm gonna make it red for now. Just, oh, actually, this is an easier way of me doing this. Just select this, and let's just select. Ah, geez Louise. Select color gamut. Did that work? Did that work? Did that work at all? Okay, that was pointless. Never mind. I'm just gonna do it by hand. It's gonna be easier. It's really, really, really fast. This. This. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's what I should be doing. Oh man, what was I doing before? Silly. Okay. So then, oh, okay, it's not gonna be black, but immediately you can see what I mean. It makes the foreground stand out a lot more. But I mean, if we want the original look like this kind of grayish, slightly blue, slightly green, misty sort of fog. So we could keep in that spirit. Oh gosh. Oh lordy. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it doesn't really. I'm not gonna say it looks better, but it definitely makes it immediately look a bit more readable. Like if you squint your eyes, suddenly that stone monolith is standing out a lot more. Oh, the picture is bigger. I'm missing parts. Wait, is it? The picture is. Oh, unless Dry Erase Girl, you sent me the wrong one. I opened the full picture. The picture is a square. Is it not? Eh? Hold on. This is what I'm seeing. This is what it opened up in Discord. I say open in browser, and it just brings up this. Eh? Am I missing something, Dry Erase Girl? Also, what's this? Greg, it's your favorite song. What song? Rooftops? What are you talking about? Yeah, they're both squares for me. Odd. What if I get rid of this? Oh, that doesn't work. I'm parked now. Oh god. Dry Erase Girl was doing all this in the car. The question is, why are you doing it as a screenshot? And the answer is so you can show the original person's drawing. What are you talking about? I'm confused. The what now? It was the full picture. I'm confused because when I open up the full thing in the browser, this is the entire picture here, and then I copy and paste it over here. So that is right. Am I okay? It's all good. It's all good. I see. They're squares. Yes. I thought I was losing my mind for a second. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, continuing then. Let's see. Let me see what else I can do. Oh, geez. There we go. Okay, so all I've done so far is just kind of darken the background a little bit, bring out the stone, and then additionally, what you can also do is those trees that are further in the back, they should also be slightly more something something. I'm sorry, I glanced down while driving and thought it was cropped. Goodness me! don't watch the stream and drive. Jeez Louise. But yeah, I'm glad that it's all good, because I was worried for a second that maybe I was doing something wrong and I was getting the crop versions this entire time. And I was worried that all of my critiques so far have been based off crops instead. Okay, here's another thing I did. So now what I did is the trees that are further in the back, so these smaller ones, I just made them darker. Further back, darker. Now you can, they feel like they're not just all in one row. They feel like there's some space. Yeah. I still feel I don't want to change the mood too much though. I don't want to just make it like too spooky and scary, because I don't want to make it just a completely different picture. So I think there's definitely some sort of, oh gosh, what am I doing here? Middle ground I can probably do or should do. Because the full black trees look kind of strange too. Yeah. That is missing 95% of your image, Chuck Chen. Well, too late. Let's see. Background. Also, I forgot to say, first of all, I was already so focused on like trying to come up with a critique. I forgot to even say how much I appreciate the drawing overall. Because I was gonna say, like, I really like these little bits of grass you've got going on here. Looks really nice. Very, like this part especially, like this. Maybe not the rock, but this part here. I really like this part. Not to say I don't like the rest of it, but I think this part here in particular is what stands out to me as is really nice. It reminds me of Calvin and Hobbes. I like how you've got the tree trunk line that just ends like this. It feels very organic and artistic. I like that a lot. I think you could probably do the same thing with these rocks. Like, I don't think the rocks need to have like the full outline. I think you could probably get away with just doing the just the tops of them or something. Then they look a lot more like they're in the background rather than just sitting on top. And another thing you do is probably you could add some like grass on in front of it, so then it looks like they're kind of like the tree, like how you did with the tree. Just a few. Oh lordy. Yeah. But I'm not even. All I'm doing is basically just doing what you did, but again with the rocks. Because, like I said, I really like how you've done this part, and I'm just replicating that to match with the rocks as well. So it looks really nice. And so I would do the same with all these other rocks too. Yeah, I think so. Because that bottom line is just a little too distracting. Oh gosh. Oh lordy. I'm just gonna quickly do a little paint over there. And so before, after, before, after, before, after. So yeah, I'm really just taking what you've done and just applying it to those stones in the front. We've heard the song before. Actually, I'm going to change the music in general. I think I've subjected you guys to enough of the stream of music. Let's change it to "With Arms Wide Open." Let's do that. You're on PC now, watching in higher than watching the stream in higher than 160p. This is great stuff. Excellent. Well, welcome back properly now, Dry Erase Girl. So yeah, before, after. Just saying how I like the grass overlapping there and doing that to the stones. What's next? As far as background critique goes, I don't know. I think that's. Oh, I guess another thing. I'm not sure if this is actually good, but it kind of looks like there's. It's not so much a forest, but more just like 6 trees in the background. And if you want to have like that forest feel, I think it's an easy way of doing it. It's just doing a bunch of lines. And then like little branches, and then just lower the opacity. And like immediately, it already looks like there's more stuff in the background. Add some more depth to it. Before, after, before, after. What else? Oh, maybe some shadows. The trees they look like they have the same lighting the entire way, like as if they have no leaves, that it would kind of hide some of the trunk. How would you do that? Whoops. Let's see, what would it look like? I'm not 100% sure how this. Sorry, 1 second. Oh god. Let me just get a mask going. Ignore what I'm doing. Just. Okay. Need a better brush. Let's see, what's a good brush? Okay. So this is, I'm just doing like pure black now, but this is, what the hell? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, this brush is terrible. Oh lordy. I haven't looked at my paintery brushes in years, so I'm not really sure what's I'm just trying to find a basic one. Okay, whatever, this is fine. And just a quick test anyway. Right now they just look like they're burnt. Maybe it's too far down. But you just have to picture like all the leaves on top of these trunks that are just like blocking out the light. And like they wouldn't be lighting the bottom of the trunks as well. Like the bottoms would be dark anyway. Like some speckled lighting. Or dappled, that's right, dappled lighting. You don't want to be too detailed either though. You don't want to be too distracting. And that's black. I don't really like the black color here. It's too intense, so we could change to a multiply layer or something. Experiment with a slightly different hue. I think something warm. Before, after. Before, after. I see what you're trying to say. Please send me the screenshot when you're done. Hey, no worries, I will. Yeah, now that I'm doing like these paint overs, I'm gonna include that in the channel as well. And also that additional darkness is helping the foreground stand out even more. I'm also realizing there's a bit of a strange... Oh, actually, no, is it a problem? That the ground is light, whereas it gets darker with the trees? Shouldn't it be? Nah, I think it looks fine. It looks kind of misty, which is nice. Like a misty forest. Yeah, I think... As far as the background goes, I think it's safe to leave there for that one. Yeah, a misty forest, it does look nice. Oh, in fact, I wonder if we could push the mistiness then. Especially with those back trees, you want to add more mist. So, what about if we added another layer here? Just add some fog color here. Oh, geez. This is just a test. Just getting into the foreground area. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's another way of doing it. Oh, I have to make sure I don't go over the boundaries of the image. There we go. Before, after. I might have gone overboard with the mist. Lower the opacity. Before, after. Before, after. Before, after. Misty was the intent. Not Pokemon Misty. We're not on speaking terms since the last battle she lost me. I don't think I even have a Misty card yet. I should try and wonder pick one of these days. Dry Rays Girl. You know, I was worried that I'd get my feelings hurt, but I'm learning so much that I'm truly pleased. Hey, well, I'm glad. I'm glad. Because, I mean, like, overall, I do like it. But there's just a few things, I think, that you could do to push it more. And like I said, I really like... I know I keep focusing on this one part, but I really like this part here. This looks really nice. And I just applied it to the other stuff. Okay, let's move on to the second one. The second one here. Oh, there's a very cute little fox there. Little cowboy hat. Very sweet. You got these fox-studded cowboy boots. Cute, very cute, very cute. But yeah, improve the backgrounds. Let's see. This is gonna be a tricky one. I think, okay, hold on. To improve the background on this one. So you've gone for another like kind of misty fields one. I don't think I'll spend as much time on this one as I did the first one, because I don't have as many ideas. But I would like to take a stab at it nonetheless. Trying to think of like how could I... Okay, well, one thing that's standing out to me is that the grass here, I think it looks a little too noticeable, especially when they're in the back. Like, they're too detailed in the back. The back ones, I think you could probably just get away with not having outlines. So let's just well, look at this pen. This pen is broken. My goodness. Let's just get rid of that. Wait, hold on. Use this brush. Okay. Like if you wanted to add more grass, I would just do like little, like less detail the further they get away. Even that's too much detail. Like it's too noticeable. I would probably just get like just like a very slightly darker. What is this brush? Oh, I'm using the wrong brush. That's why. Oh. Yeah, just. Gosh. And even at this. Like that just draws too much detail. Draws too much attention. Even that way. Oh gosh. Yeah, all of these grass. I think the only grass that should have outlines on them should be the ones that are like in front of the fence post. And maybe like just behind, like here or something, but otherwise I think just having the illusion of grass detail would be better. God, I wish I had a better brush for all of this. I'm not sure if this is actually, I'm doing a bad job of this one. I should have quit while I was ahead. Let's see. Okay, I mean, it's getting there. It's getting there a little bit. Less outline, more blend. Yeah, I think the things, especially when it's just background stuff like grass, if it's like in the background, like you can start to like go much more just adding the hint of it rather than like each blade. But yeah, as far as the hills go, also does the fence have a strange curve or is it just my eyes? It's kind of like got a kind of a warped perspective, like an intentionally warped one, kind of like a Curse of Monkey Island or something. I could sort of see that. But the hills, yeah. How do I do the hills? Let me see. The thing I don't like about it is that I don't like how all the hills and pretty much everything about this picture, they all kind of angle this way. It doesn't feel very balanced. So I think you could probably offset that balance by just bringing up some of the hills on this side a bit more as well. Not too much necessarily, but like maybe bring this one down, just even it out a little bit. This is okay. That's an extreme. That looks like a volcano now, but just at first anyway. Just at first, and then I think what it needs is more colors. I think right now you have like just green that slowly gets brighter and brighter. I think you could mix it up with adding just a few more different shades. Let's see, what can we do? So instead of green, I find if you look at illustrations of like scenic paintings and hills in the distance, and you color pick that stuff, it's like you'll find like desaturated purple and like all sorts of random colors. And I don't mean just like pixel color picking because that's just going to give you a chaotic mess. But you can find an average amount of pixels, the color of an average amount of pixels, the average color of a certain amount of pixels. You can do that. At least you can do it in Photoshop. I think you can do it in Eclipse Paint as well. Although I'm not sure now. Can you? Average. Oh, here we go. Average color. Turn on to pick the average of the surrounding colors and adjust the range of the average color. Yes, that's cool. Okay, you can see in the corner here, In fact, let me see if I can find a good example. Green. Let me have a quick peek here. I'm learning as well with this. This is something I can always improve on myself. I'm just trying to see a good reference image that's sort of the similar vibe to what you're going for. Oh, hey! It's paste. Hello, hello. Oh, here's one. Oh, this is a good example. Let's see. Hello, hello. You're such a cutie. Who's a cutie? You're a cutie, huh? Boop, boop, boop. Right, you can go. So well behaved. Hey, Nata de Barbie. Hello, hello. Do you ever play Gartic Phone on stream? Yeah, I sure do. With subs and patrons. Although everyone can watch, but the ones I actually play along with would be subs and patrons. Let's see. So I found this. I think it's an actual oil painting. But just to prove my my point here, if I pick the average color. Oh gosh. Let me bring this. Oh, no, you can't see it like that. Look at the color wheel. Wait, let me make the average color more. Oh no. Okay, this is not a good example. Yeah, I'm color picking through these hills, and you can sort of see the variation of colors in all of them. So they have all sorts of different colors. A lot of it's green though, admittedly. Admittedly, it's all green, but maybe this wasn't the best picture to prove my point. But look at this. So you have like cyan, you got some yellow, you got some lime, and you got some orange. All very desaturated if you have a look. It's all over in this area. It's kind of nuts. Very gray if you think about it, but in the distance it looks nice and kind of green. Although maybe this was not the best example picture to look at. Let's see. Oops, wait, not that one. But with that sort of in mind, I wonder if we could use that. Oh, this is so not gonna work in my favor. I'm still gonna mess this up. Like, just changing different, adding a little bit of different colors here and there. This is looking bad. Oh gosh, what have I done? Don't look at me! This is horrible, 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 horrible. This is just... What a mess I've made. I mean, I don't know. Okay, the difference is very minor here. It's not good. I'm actually gonna veto that. Don't even listen to that advice. There is some advice there, but I'm not making a good job of it. But yeah, when it comes to the hills, I think not having all the hills go into one direction only And mixing up the color palette just ever so slightly would be kind of good. And also removing some of the grass details in the background. Though I think I've removed too much. I believe as you go more distance, red disappears first, then yellow, then blue. Yeah, blue definitely is like one of the last colors you'll see in the distance. Because that atmosphere. Let's see what that. Like, look how foggy that looks in the distance now. Oh gosh. Okay, that's almost too blue. Doesn't really fit with this weird yellow mold thing I've got going on on this side here. Let me just make that, because it is a cartoonish illustration after all. I'm not gonna say that it shouldn't be nice greens. It could be like a nice foggy day, but a foggy day nonetheless. Excuse me, Gregor, we are critiquing only Dry Erase Girl's drawing. We can't critique your critique. It's critique inception here. Critiques all the way down. All right, I think I've sweated enough about this one. Let's just focus on the more successful critique over on this side. But yeah, there's something to be learned here. And that is to not look to me for landscape critique. I think there's something there. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, good job nonetheless. Very cute. Very cute. My second critique is blurring over the first one. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see. Let's make this. There we go. There we go. Okay. What else we got? Yoyoto. Go wild. Critique, edit, whatever. The layers, the photo, whatever floats your boat. It's all yours. Nitpick anything and everything you. Okay, let me just show. Let me show what this is. Let me see what we're looking at here. My question is, how does one blend the drawing to look more like it's in the real world? If clip file not good, I can just send the image. Let's download this. The layers and stuff will definitely help with the paint over. What time is it? Oh gosh, it's nearly lunchtime. Okay, what are we looking at here? Let me open up my OBS. Oh, Yoyoto. Let's see. Also, Untitled Q, I always thought of Gregor as a landscape expert. After all his streams are landscape. Hey, so what do you want? You want my chair? Oh my god, he wants my chair. Hold on, hold on. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. Stolen my chair immediately. Hello, hello. Welcome to the critiquing stream. I'm going to critique my cat's grooming method. Look at this. Look at this little bee. Oh, thank you.
Hello, my baby.
Thank you for bringing my chair.
Hello, my baby.
All right, move you over there. chair's been stolen, so I'm gonna be sitting on this shitty chair. Okay. Let's get back to it. I'm so much lower in this chair. Just like my my ranking in the chain of command. Pace is just stolen it. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. How do we make Lola Bunny more realistic? I wish I knew, Yodo. I wish I knew. How do we bring her into real life, huh? Let's see. Ooh, it's kind of fun to see all your layers and stuff. Let's see. Hope there's nothing lewd here. There you go, all this here. What is this? Oh, I see. You've got some shading. What is this? Oh, you dirty girl. Little dirt layer. That's interesting. You've got a multiply layer here. I guess try and... What's this? Noise? Oh, I had to match that photo color. You got the photo noise sort of effect. What's this? Curves. Line art. Line art. What is this? 3D drawing figure. I've never used a 3D drawing figure. Oh, Lord. That's terrifying. Jesus Christ. This reminds me of that scene from Alien. Oh, no, not Alien. Signs. From you know, the birthday party? Where the alien walks past through the kid's birthday party? Jesus. Shock scare. Look what's on top. What's on top? What's this one? No. Okay. I don't know, this is pretty tricky. I'm not really sure how to
Can I say something about that picture?
Is it about the skirt?
No, I
Okay.
wasn't going to say anything about that. Because you know how sometimes I do drawings like this where I take a photo and I draw beans or something in it?
Yeah.
I always find that it's easier to draw it when it's a photo with strong lighting. When you have a photo with like very diffuse, cloudy lighting like this, it never works quite as well.
With like no shadows and stuff.
Yeah, with no shadows, because then you can't really... When you do add in strong shadows, it looks weird because no one else has strong shadows. And that person can never... The thing you add never sinks into the picture quite as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
It makes it really difficult.
There are a couple things I could think you could do.
I think you can definitely add some shading. I think that's probably the main thing.
Yeah, I mean there is a bit of shading, but yeah, it's not it's gonna be tricky to do.
I think the main thing that kind of puzzles my eyes when I first see it is I first always think that her ear is behind that sign.
I was about to say
her bag is in front of the sign.
I was about to say that as well.
Yeah.
Like that. I would just move her away from that thing.
Or I would move her closer so it looks like she's leaning against that thing a little bit.
Yeah. It's not really a leaning pose though.
No.
I would probably just.
She is a little bit because her back is a little bit like she's like that way a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
she also looks too big if she's like a little bit. I think she would have to be a bit smaller there.
And also the skirt perspective doesn't really match. I think you can see the ground. Like, hold on, let me do a little thingy here.
But yeah, the lighting in a photo like this is really hard to do one of these kind of drawings.
Like that tree is in that circle there.
Yeah.
And if I were to put that circle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the best way of doing perspective.
No,
but you would think that the skirt would be like it would kind of wrap this way.
Yeah.
And not have this part here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would help already a little bit. Just getting the perspective more onto it, more accurate, and yeah, moving it away from or moving it into the post rather, so that her ear doesn't look like it's just cut off by that thing. Then she looks like she's more there. Look at the bottom layer. disable everything and look at that. Okay, let's see, the bottom layer. This one. Oh, I see. Wait, so she is leaning? Wait, what's the other? Oh, that's right, the bag is where the hand is. Put it on top. Uh-oh, wait, hold on. Let me undo that, and there we go. Put it on top. I think yeah, the perspective of the model itself isn't correct already, because see, look at that. Look at the feet. They're just like, if anything, it almost looks like you're looking at her from below the ground. If her feet are on the ground here. She should be a bit more... I've never actually manipulated a 3D object in Clip Studio Paint before. Oh my goodness. How does any of this work? Oh, weird. But like, I would say like even that would make more sense a little bit already, maybe? I don't know. Just a smidge. So you're looking down on her just a tiny bit, because you are above everyone's heads here. Okay, that's a bit too much actually. Now that I think about it, let me try that again. Oh, this is so bizarre. I've never used a 3D model. Whoa. Wait, what? Oh, I see this one. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to say, but I think the perspective was a bit too side on for what the background is. And yeah, the ear looks like it's being cut off by the post here. So I would probably move the whole thing either more into the thing or more away from the thing. Maybe more into it. And then the skirt as well. That's like the other thing I would do. Let me just do a proper fix here. Something like that. And but yeah, like Exocomic said, it's hard to do to match a photograph when the lighting is so cloudy and diffused, because you can't really base it off anything. Like, it's hard to really to judge where the light is and where the shading should be off these other people, especially because it's kind of blurry too. So you kind of shot yourself in the foot with that already. So I'm saying it's like it's hard either way. Like, it's not even I wouldn't even say it's a skill issue. It's just like it's just hard to do with this one. I actually went there this summer at the same place and took like 100 different photos from that angle to try again, and it's actually sunny with strong shadows. Oh, I see. Maybe you'd have better luck trying to match a photo like that instead of this one then, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky. Tricky. Those are the only things I can really think of right now. Perspective being a little too side on, fixing that skirt, and the positioning of her ears. But yeah. Also, you think Untitled? You think the right elbow looks low? Oh, this elbow here. You think this one's a bit low? What's up?
Oh yeah. Also, I was gonna say, for shots like this, where you're putting a character into a photo, I think something that's fun is when you have her behind an element in the photo, because then it makes them feel more like settled into that world. So yeah. I kind of like doing that sometimes. If there's something that you could put in front, or they're like slightly behind another person, a real person in the photo.
That's a bad example, but yeah. Let's see. It's hard because there's no one else that's really the same scale here, but
Yeah.
just to sort of just to illustrate your point a bit.
Yeah.
Like if you had some element that's well, she looks massive now, but
yeah, some element that's like if you had a photo of a park bench that the armrest is then in front of her and that she is interacting with something in the photo,
yeah,
I think always makes it look more interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Is Lee gonna be a regular for the critiques?
I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate it.
yeah.
No, I appreciate it because sometimes I struggle to
I mean, especially because I do a lot of these ones.
yeah, especially this. Like
yeah, I do a lot of these kinds.
Because X Comics Tudors. Let me show you some examples of her stuff. Where is it anyway?
Probably my Instagram is probably the best place to go. Because there's one in particular that I did a while ago that I'm kind of happy with. I just oh shit, I might have to find it and then give you the link. But I always try to do strong lighting and then. Oh, this is one of them, though that's not my favorite.
Yeah, that one doesn't really prove your point though.
No, no. But there's one I really like that I did. This one's okay, but it's not quite.
Yeah.
Is this? Can people see this right now?
That one doesn't really match.
No, but he is behind the thing.
Yeah.
And the lighting. Sorry.
That one's not behind anything either, but you can't see. Oh, there we go.
That one has the strong lighting thing.
Hmm.
But there's one I did. I'm sorry, it's taking a while.
No, it's going to be interesting. That one.
That one's pretty good.
That one.
But that one's not isn't the one I was talking about either.
That one's good. I like the fish and the bowl of bread.
Oh, I didn't even realize for a second when I was looking at it that wasn't real.
Exactly.
For a second,
yeah, because it looks really like.
Yeah.
And you've got the lighting from the lamp and stuff to work with.
Yeah.
And the milk. Yeah, so that one works really well.
Yeah. Oh wow! For a second, I was like, yeah, because I added beans in there, and I realized, oh yeah, I added
the fish and everything
as well. Yeah. That strong lighting definitely helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. And having them interact or behind things. Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah. So with those things, it's like there's just as much effort required in just finding the perfect photo, and then the other half is actually doing the drawing as well. But with a hard photo to work off, it's like almost impossible to ever reach the point you want to reach with something like that.
I think also, sorry, I'm talking about. I think also when you're doing one of these sort of things where you know that you want to put a character in, you have to think about that when you're taking the photo. Because sometimes I think if I just took this photo, because at the time I knew I wanted to do this, it doesn't look quite as nice just as a photo because the front looks kind of empty and bare. Like you almost have to set up the photo, the composition, so that it looks like the thing you're going to draw in later was always supposed to be there. If that makes sense.
How awkward did these two people feel when you were taking this photo? Because it looks like you're just taking a photo of them.
Yeah. But yeah.
Actually, anyway, isn't this one of the ones where you got me to stand like next to you or in front of the camera to look like you're taking a photo of me, but you're taking a photo of the background instead?
I think I was taking photos of everything in Venice, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good example. But yeah. So yeah, it really falls a lot on the photo itself. You were going for this vibe. What's this? This vibe of a waifu shot. That one's done well with the burger. They must have edited out someone else's hands.
That one.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say quickly as well. You can tell if you picture her not there. You can tell the photo is taken so that he can draw that in later. Because the photo doesn't really concentrate on the food. The photo looks like
there's a space left for the person.
There's a space left for something that is going to be added in later. Or if you just saw it as a photo, you'd be like, did the person you just want to take a photo of just like duck down the table before you took the photo? I think that's what makes it work really, really well. That it was like made to do that.
I actually think there was a person and they edited it
and
out.
they edited it out.
Because you can tell the table doesn't make sense here. Wait, oh wait,
oh yeah,
the
that's
chair's
true.
in the way. Oops. Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on. I mean, yeah,
But it's still the same sort of point, which is that when the photo was taken, there was allowance made for someone to be in that seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was definitely a person here that they edited out.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Because
they didn't do that properly.
This line here.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
All of this
is
wrong. All of this is like weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like here as well, you can sort of see there's like.
You can tell they didn't follow the brick line properly.
Yeah.
The one that's like, it's supposed to be staggered, but not just that. The lines here.
Oh,
like there's a line here that shouldn't be sort of here.
Well, there's a distinct line here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the photo is good for doing that kind of thing. Yeah.
It goes to show that even like lighting aside, just having the composition there, and things to overlap, is half the battle. Half the battle. That's what I was trying to think of. What was I saying? Like half the work effort required. Yeah, half the battle. Sourcing the photo is half the battle. Thank God I finally found the phrase. My brain was trying so hard, so desperately trying to remember. Let's see here. Also, Anthea, you bring up a good point as well. The bunny's whites are brighter than the whites of the sign. That this white is brighter than what, like this is supposed to be white too, I assume. That's true. Assuming that this is as white as the top of the bunny. That does seem brighter than that. Yeah. Look at that difference. The top ring being the color pick and the bottom ring being the bunny. That's true. I mean, if we just, whoops, oh gosh. If I just took that and sourced this color. Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Where's my goodness? Average color. Let's see. Pick the average color. And then pick this color. Oh, that is the average color. Isn't that nuts? Is that the right color? Weird. Oh, it's ever so slightly darker, actually. I bring it up a smidge. Gosh. That's weird, isn't it? Not that there's a weird tentacle growing out of her shoulder, but I mean, like, you wouldn't have thought that this gray is the same as that gray. That looks so much darker. I mean, I'm not saying that that's like what you need to do. That doesn't look right to me either, but it is interesting. Anywho. Good luck, Yoyoto. Good luck. But yeah, I'd say find a better photo and it'll make your world a lot easier. Let's see. What are we doing? I think it's because the other colors are also not darken when you do that. Right, yeah. But this looks too dark, but this needs to be darker too. Yeah, tricky stuff. Tricky stuff. And I think that's a wrap. Can't believe the critiquing always takes me a lot longer than I assume it will. But also because as we're critiquing, more people are adding their critiques or art to be critiqued into the channel. And that's why it takes longer. Also, draw game, that's right. Goodness me. Thank you for the reminder. We have to do a draw game. R.I.P. to Weltermratter, who is, I'm sure, in bed, asleep by now, unable to make it to this draw them words. Sorry about that. Let's do it. Elsa Klaus, hello. Welcome back. Didn't mean to ignore you. Elsa Rainforester too. Hello. Okay, add your words. Yeah, 60 seconds. In the meantime, I'm actually gonna get some more water because I'm thirsty. Oh, actually, itty bitty. Got 20 seconds. Well, more like 15. Accounting for the lag. Three, 2, 1. That's it. Wow, amazing. A full 50-word pack of words. Oh god. Brain, please don't give up on me now. Let's see, the 3 words we'll be drawing for the end of the stream are Space Jam, amazing, naked. Oh my god. Naked, technically not a word. Naked means naked. Naked, amazing naked Space Jam. I'm actually more inclined to reroll amazing, to be honest, because amazing is just is too much pressure. I mean, it means that the drawing has to be amazing. We all know what you want to draw with these. Gregor, don't. I needed some reference material. Let me open up my Lola folder. Lola folder? That's fun to say. Okay, we gotta reroll naked. Naked is in the dictionary? Is it? The hell's OED? Oh, OED is official. Oh no, Oxford English Dictionary. Oh, okay, I didn't know. Naked. How common is the adjective naked? About 0.01 occurrences per million words.
Naked. Naked.
Where's the definition? There's one meaning for naked. See meaning and use. What the hell? Just tell me the... What is this website? Thank you for visiting Oxford English Dictionary. To continue reading, please sign in or purchase a subscription. Are you serious? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Goodness me. Oh yeah, I should have... Oh, whatever. Screw it. We gotta reroll naked. We can't be doing no not safe for work drawings here. Let's reroll naked. Sorry to say, Chuck Chan. Icicles. Icicles. Space Jam, icicles, amazing. Amazing icicles, Space Jam. Oh boy. Why am I still thinking of nipples? I got naked on the brain. Naked Lola Bunny. With icicles. Amazing. It's a bit nippy out there. Oh, man. basketballs. um. This is hard. Hard. Naked would have been easy to draw, yeah. Space Jam is 2 words. I think I'm lax on the 2 words thing if it's like one concept. Because otherwise you can never have Space Jam as a word. Because you can't have, what are you gonna do? Space and then jam? Like, I just don't like when it's 2 words like red sweater. It's either red or it's sweater. Login walls are a massive pet peeve of mine, Inspirator. Oh yeah. Immediate turn off for me. Let's see. Space Jam. I still haven't seen the sequel. I say it as if like, can you believe it? I still haven't seen the classic Space Jam: A New Legacy sequel. Top of my watch list, obviously. But yeah, you know I would have seen it already by now if Lola Bunny looked better. But them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. Trying to think of how do I incorporate icicles into Space Jam. Space Jam is a movie with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny and basketballs. And how do I make it amazing? Maybe stars in their eyes. Lola Bunny looked better when people. I'm saying if Lola Bunny had looked better in the sequel, I might have watched it. But alas, not sexy enough for me to watch. I'm so my brain is so fried. I guess after all that amazing critique I was giving out. Oh, what's this? Yodo.
Bobby.
Oh, there's Lane Yuki. Thank you for following. Oh, and Dry Rays go with that spider. 94. Almost at 100. Almost triple digits.
Bobby.
Oh, and Cheerful Bloke. Thank you for following. Oh man, oh, this is ages ago.
Under all this machoism is a scared little boy.
I had paused the alerts for so long. Whoops. Whoopsies.
Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Oh, oh my.
Oh. Thank you, GLaDOS, for containing it, for holding the moan. We got work to do. Let's... Drowning over here. Okay, let's do this. And also, there's only one song we can play with this, obviously. Only one song we can play. And that is, of course... Let's start. Okay. Oh, God. If you want to draw along, feel free to. We'll have a Discord thread afterwards. You can post yours. This is gonna be disappointing. I can tell you that right now. This one's not gonna be good. This is. I got no idea. But we gotta start. Okay, I have I have less of an idea than I thought I did. Oh boy. Uh. Oh God. What the hell am I doing? I have no ideas! Will this be the first failed draw game? I don't think it's the first. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Very kind of you. Very kind of you to say.
I was in Bethlehem once. As a child. On Christmas. It was a play. I was the camel.
Less than a minute to go. Hey you, what you gonna do? Hey you, what you gonna do? I don't know, I have no ideas. God. 10 seconds.
Time's up now.
There we go. Wow. Can you believe it? What an amazing... An amazing... draw them words. Space Jam, Icicles, amazing. Hey, whatever. If you think you can do better than me, then I encourage you to post yours in the Discord thread that I'll be making in a second. If you've got to put your drawing where your mouth is. You got to be drawing with your mouth. If you're going to be talking that dirty dish to me. No, thank you. Let's see. Okay, and the thread is going to be up in... Now. The thread is up. So post yours. I dare you. And then we will end the stream. I want you to critique this. Well, critique my own draw them words. I like how you're talking to me like I'm an AI. It's like, hey, I want you to come up with something, and then I want you to critique yourself and see if you can come up with a better version of what you just said. What's so amazing about this? It's amazing that I even managed to come up with anything. Plus the little sparkles are amazing, right? Also, hey, Coma Code. Love the icicles. Thank you, Black Rose. Thank you. I need to learn to draw so I can participate in this. Oh, you don't need to learn how to draw. You can post whatever you want. All good. You can make something in MS Paint with a mouse. All good. And Chuck Chan. Amazing. Space Jam, Icicles. Poking an eye out with those. And obviously it's amazing. So Chuck Chan, I like how Chuck Chan is like, I'm in this naked mood. God damn it. I'm gonna throw in naked wherever I can, even if she's not naked. She's naked in our minds. Thank you, Chuck Chan. Very good. Then we have a few from Yoyoto. She has sparkles in her eyes to be like amazing. Whoa. Amazing. She's eating some icicles. Well, she's icicles, popsicles, technically, and there's icicles behind her, and top glue is on her top. Looks like icicles have fallen and shattered around her, and she's looking up in an amazing sort of speechless way. And then here's another one. The eyes, again, amazing. Icicles in the background. Christmas tree icicles as well. It almost looks like the one in the back right looks like the cave is crapping out an icicle. And also that basketball looks really surreal with all those different lines. Same here. Anyway, a good job. I don't even want to know what kind of LoRa you use for this one. And, alright. Good job, everybody. I still feel like mine... Okay, no, Chuck Chan definitely used icicles well there. But I think mine is still unbeatable. So, good job to me and to both of you, Yoyoto and Chuck Chan. And I gotta get out of here. Because it's well past lunchtime now. And we don't actually have any lunch at home. We have to go out to get lunch. Common Code. I know you're about to ask. There you go. Oh, it's time to hydrate. Denny's? There's no Denny's in Hamilton. The closest Denny's is like 2 hours away. The line. I think we're gonna go out to get some groceries, and then maybe we'll get a Subway to share on the way back. I'm thinking Subway, possibly. Sharing a footlong. Which Subway? Pork riblet is our default. But I let X Comics choose all the toppings and stuff. It's basically everything except for the what's it called? The spicy things. What are they called? What are they called? I forget what they're called. The spicy vegetable. Jalapenos. Yes, there we go. Everything but that. I don't mind them personally, but X Comics doesn't like them. Let's see. Chuck-chan, ooh, Subway. I don't mind Subway. I kind of like Subway. I like it. It feels kind of healthy. All those vegetables. We always go for the malted rye bread as well, the healthiest one, the least popular one. And yeah. I know you probably thought I was gonna go with the herbs and cheese one. I know that's the naughtiest bread. When I eat at Subway, I go for the more healthy one. Okay, that's it for me. Goodbye. Hey says goodbye as well. Should we end on a raid? Let's see. Oh gosh, I don't have time. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Let's see what I got here. Let's. Ooh, maybe I don't think we've raided Attack Rack in a while. Let's raid Attack Rack. Have you seen the picture where the Subway employee put his junk on the bread? I mean, if that's what they asked for, I always say no junk, please. I say I'll have all the toppings except for the penis. Easy on the penis this time. There was too much last time. We're raiding Attack Rack, and I'm out of here. Goodbye. Goodbye, farewell. 50s Manhattan song, please start now, and see you later. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my critiques. I'll have the VOD up later, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. And send Attack Rack some Loading House love. Bye.